amazing stuff. Amazing stuff that Gary Shipman was able to do, um, essentially with inks and a white piece of paper. Um, I I've seen the artwork before with Gary's stuff in his um, other books that he has going on. So he does this sort of contrast, the black and white sort of contrast. But this really kind of just blew it out of the water. And I apologize, I don't want to give too much away. Um, I was a little bit kind of scratching the head here, like, okay, how does this all fit together and everything? It seems a little bit surreal. It is very, very surreal. The best way that Bear can describe it, reading it, was that it's like going to an art exhibit, kind of fancy pants art exhibit. Looking at the painting up along the wall there, and it has motion isn't the right way to describe it there, but instead of it just being kind of one static painting, multiple stuff, and the way that it flows, like a good example here, how it kind of flows between panels. Everything was easy to read, easy to follow. Had a pattern and a beat to it. All the panels fit together. I like how he kind of would go from kind of white areas in one side of the page to kind of black areas in the other page. Just excellent, excellent work, hands down. Some of the best work that Bear's seen from Gary Shipman. And also just a very personal, of course, it's Titan looking in on himself. You can also say it's the artist as well looking in on himself as well. So I would assume, some very personal stuff for Gary that he is showcasing, he is letting loose, exposing his soul a little bit there to the world. And I mean, that's hard. That's hard to do because 90% of the time, the world is cruel, wants to reject anything out there. So putting that stuff out there without any inhibitions, and then just still nailing the story and nailing the heart of not only the character but what he's talking about here. Gary could have done very easy stuff here. Very easy stuff, make it very commercial. He didn't. He went completely the opposite way. He says, I've got a story to tell. I'm going to tell it my own way. And it worked. It really, really, really worked. Everything in there. I tell you, people, Bear, unless there's something where Bear is confused about when he's reading a book to kind of review, a lot of times Bear will just 9 times out of 10 just be checking out the story. Of course, the artwork's always great. Don't get Bear wrong, but mainly focused story first. As an aspiring writer out here, so story first and enjoying the art. In addition to that, unless there's something kind of odd or weird, it's not like Bear will go back and kind of re-go through some stuff, or just kind of sit there and just kind of look at the art, kind of staring at it or pondering it. Bear going through this, literally would get to the end of a page and just say, okay, let me take a minute and just look and see what sort of beautifulness is going on here. I thought that was great. I got to the end of the second chapter and was like, I literally knew, Bear literally knew at the end of the second chapter that this was something that was really very special. I really feel a little bad because, number one, it was special because Bear, it's like, oh, there's not that many books out there that, people are able to get a hold of and take a look at this. So you kind of felt, ooh la la. On the other hand, you're like, gosh dang it, there needs to be more people looking at this book. A great book that needs to come out. I hope it's not, 50, 100 years time from now. Gary finally gets his due. Just excellent, excellent artwork here with some of that stuff. Let me show you some of the 2-page stuff. When Bear first saw this, he was like, okay, this is kind of an odd look to it. But when you actually go and read in the book and you kind of understand what's going on in the book, it totally makes sense. Again, it's a little bit more surreal than anything else because it's actually Titan's kind of inner journey that he's going through. So he's having a lot of stuff going on in the old noggin there. Going on in the old noggin that he's thinking about. Uh, Whether or not he's going to be a good, force for good, or maybe less good out there. Some interesting concepts, some interesting kind of philosophical stuff out there. In addition to just some great artwork here. Like this page here, it was a nice page that Bear saw. You could barely see Titan there in the slight middle there. A two-page, this two-pager here, and actually had over there off to the left there. You can see there's actually a little bit more white area. So a lot of artists would put in, okay, let's put in a couple more plants or a couple more rocks or anything. Gary just says, okay, here it is. I'm done. We don't need any more. It's completely blank. It's completely blank out here. So some good stuff from Gary Shipman. Can't say enough great stuff about that. I mean, he does deserve to be in the pantheon of great Comicsgate books out here. At least in Bear's quality. Of course, you might have different books that you might think are a little bit higher on the list, but I would say easily top 5 for Bear here. Tight Mouse of Might. If you haven't already gone and checked it out, people, it is still in demand. So if you wanted to go check it out, there you go. Unfortunately, $13,000. 194 backers. We need to push him over at least 200. Gosh dang it. Bear's going to try and check into this every once in a while. Make sure that he promotes this a little bit more. Make sure that Gary gets his due out there. That is way too low an amount for a great book. And that's kind of what Bear was saying, where he could have easily done something where it was more commercially viable. Instead, kind of, I hate to say follow his heart, because the heart is actually a evil character in the book here. But followed his heart and went with what he thought was kind of the best. And, a lot of times as an artist that might not work out, but in this case, at least for Bear reading it, excellent job. Congratulations, Gary. You did a fantastic job. So if you haven't checked it out right now, I don't care if you sign out of YouTube and go, forget Bear, just go to freaking Indiegogo. Maybe it's on Kickstarter, I don't know. Go to Indiegogo. It is down in the description. Click on that link. Bear gets nothing for it. It doesn't matter. Literally, go get the book, people. I can't say it enough. $25, $30, whatever it is, you better go check it out, people. You will be missing out. I swear to you. Uncle E, somebody clip this. Somebody go out there and clip this, gosh darn it. Uncle E, if you are listening, sir, you've been saying many times out there, you want to have books that aren't just content. A lot of the Friday night tight characters, they get in trouble just complaining about stuff and never really making anything. And then you got people like Eric July out there that make stuff, but it's not really, other than people, busting his balls over it, it's not really memorable. So you want to be able to make artwork instead of just straight content. Artwork. Always yours, sir. Artwork. Artwork, sir. Artwork, please. Any of the Comicsgate, the bigger names out there, go out, reach out to Gary Shipman, even if it's just like an ash can, maybe a cover or something like that. That might be a little too much, but a simple project or something like that. Get Gary Shipman on there. He's gonna just do an amazing job. And fits right in here. It's kind of interesting. We've got some kind of old pros over here, including Gary, and then you got the newer upcoming comic creators out there. So kind of a wide variety there. That is Bear's pick. You might be a little bit off, but I don't care. I don't care because that's what it is. P-Mike says Gary is top 3 for me for sure. Well, hopefully you're able to get your book relatively quickly here. Relatively quickly. Did I have another one? Oh, here we go. I just wanted to show some of the stuff where he just kind of goes from panel to panel. I'm going to try not try not to spoil it too much. Let me see if I can get it bigger. 1 second here. Bear with me here. There we go. So, just like page to page here, it just, he's just got some amazing, amazing stuff here that you can go check out. Great action in there at the first part of the book, but really, it's kind of a journey of self-discovery here. So it's a little bit more kind of introspective. But I tell you, the main bad character here, the miasma character, scary. Oh my gosh, that is a scary design that Gary came up with. And it's kind of interesting. You know, when Gary had his channel a while back, before it got demonetized or cut off with the crypto bros or whatever, you watch Gary, come up with whatever he was doing with his inks or whatever, and you're kind of like, okay, how is this? What am I looking at? How is this all coming together? And then by the end of the show, when he's kind of finishing up the page and everything, it's like, oh, okay, that's what it looks like. That's how it's come together. So just the way that he just does his artwork is like any other. Again, let me just go back here to some of the books here. Each one of these is a different, a little bit kind of an art style. A lot of people might not like Narwhal's artistic style out there. A little bit more simplistic. I thought it had a lot of movement and action, which was really nice. Manga, as far as Battle Maiden. Of course, more traditional comic book, either with Aaron Lopresti or Ethan out there. Gary just has his own unique art style, which I don't think can be confused with anybody else. There might be styles that he's taking it off of, but just the way it kind of looks and how it kind of all flows together, just some great. I love the staircase one here, just how that kind of came together. I mean, that's just him putting ink smudges at the edge of the page here, and it all comes together. I mean, not only does it come together artistically where it kind of fits together, it fits together with what he's trying to do is sort of a surreal interpersonal a journey that he's doing. So it fits. Everything fits. Everything works. This is the heart, this sort of multi-tentacled monster there. It's literally Titan's heart, so to speak. So very, very unique, very distinct. You're not going to see much like that out there. It literally is watching like a fine painting come to life and kind of unfold before your eyes. So, once again, I'm not going to spoil any of the stuff out there, but please, by all means, I don't care if you leave Bear's channel right now, go check out Titan Mouse and White Volume 3. It is in the description. Go check it out right meow, people. Not now, right meow. Right meow. So there you go, people. There's some good stuff there from the old G ship out here. Humans, thank you for watching this video. If you wish to have more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget that bell for notification. It would please Bear very much. You don't want to see Bear bad, do you? Grrrr.